Hello and welcome, Katy here. Thanks so much for stopping by. I am back with another project for Miss Ink Stamps, and I've got some quick and easy note cards for you today. They're great to have in the stash. They're great for last minute cards, but they pack a little bit of a punch, which is nice. The technique is super easy. You can use any background stamp, any sentiment stamp, but today I'm going to be using the Woodcut Floral stamp set and the Everyday Sentiment stamp set from Miss Ink Stamps. I've got some white cardstock. I've got some Post-it tape for my masking. We're going to do a little masking, and then I've got some dye inks I'm going to use from Lavinia Stamps. Any dye inks are going to work. So doing some masking, I'm just going to take a section, about 3/4 of an inch, roughly an inch down on the panel there, so that I have a place to put my sentiment up at the top after our stamping. So I'm going to take some Sundance, which is a yellow dye ink, and then I'm going to take a sponge dauber and use Emperor Red to do a little bit of blending on the stamp. Now, any background stamp is going to work here. The only recommendation, and I'll mention this a few times in the video, is use a light ink and a darker ink, but make sure the colors are going to blend together to make another color. So in this case, we're going to end up making orange because yellow and red make orange. That's the only thing I suggest for this. Otherwise, sky's the limit. Try all kinds of things out. Do different color mixes. I did a bunch of these. Some of them I didn't love because the colors didn't look really nice. Some of them look like I didn't use more than one color. It just looked like it was just one color, even though I used a couple different ones. So try, experiment. That's what, it is only paper. It's never wasting when you're trying things out. You can even use copy paper to try your techniques out so that you don't feel like you're wasting, because copy paper is pretty affordable. Just cut it down to your card size panel and then do your stamping or your technique or whatever, unless it's, a lot of water media. But if it's stamping, your everyday copy paper is great for practice, to try things out to see if something's going to work the way that you want it to. Okay, so we've got our yellow card done, our orange card done. Now we're coming in and doing the green card. And this card I used Lime Punch, so a light yellowy green, and then Blue Lagoon. And so like a brighter blue, a brighter, darker blue, I guess is a good way to put that. But this is just going to make green because yellow and blue make green. And because it's more of a yellow, in fact, any green and blue that you're going to put together, you're just going to get a different variation of green, which is what I found out from my experiments. So next up, we're going to do the blue card. Now this one I used 4 different colors. I started off with Blue Atoll, which is what you see there on the stamp right now. And then I come in with Mermaid with the sponge dauber, and it didn't turn out like the yellow and green or yellow and blue that made the green, or the yellow and red that made the orange. So I thought, well, here's an opportunity to try some darker blues to see if we can get any type of variation from it. So once I get done here getting that all stamped down, because this is a one and done, once you've got it on there, you can't really go back in with a lighter color because it's not going to make any difference. So now I'm going to come in with Della blue. It's kind of a dusky blue, is the best way I can explain it. And using the finger dauber, same technique. I'm trying to go in a circle, which is the pattern of the Woodcut Floral. And because I'm really just trying to get the tip so that I have, I'm able to get that color variation. And so here you can see the last color I used was dark denim. I didn't leave that on camera because there wasn't much variation in color. It just deepened the colors a little bit. And, but there is some lightness to it in real life. So it still, I thought, was a very pretty color. Now I'm using about 1/4 of an inch strip of white cardstock to trim off our edge of where we did our stamping and masking, and then I'll be stamping the sentiment above that. Now the green card, great St. Patty's Day card for next year. I used 1/4 of an inch double-sided adhesive, and I'm using Miss Ink Stamps Dazzle Dust. This is like foil in a jar, my friends. It is glitter, but with double-sided tape and burnishing it with your finger, it creates the shiniest sparkle. I mean, it is Dazzle Dust for sure. And it's like foil. It's so bright. And then the last one, I just did a black glitter cardstock. So here I'm just doing all my sentiment stamping in Versamark ink, or I'm sorry, Versafine Clair Nocturne ink, excuse me. And then showing you there the Mirror Sparkle in black diamond. That's the black cardstock that I used for the strip on the orange card. I just love how these turned out. I think they're really fun and bright and cheerful and great little set of note cards to have on hand. And I hope you enjoy them too. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Be sure and check the description box below and follow us over on Missing Stamps Facebook group and share what you're making. We'd love to see what you guys are creating. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day and I'll catch you in the next video.